Where is the damn picture at?
It's St. Patrick's Day.
We really don't give a fuck. It's not a major holiday.
It's really not, bitch. You act like it's fucking Christmas or something. Fuck you and St. Patrick's.
Signs that you've been through childhood trauma and didn't even know. Childhood trauma isn't just being in an abusive household, being in a car accident, or having a parent pass. Trauma can result from feeling unseen, unheard, not having your emotional or physical needs met. It can be a ton of things. 1, you've been called an old soul from a young age. While I do believe in past lives and old souls, oftentimes acting wise beyond our years is because of the fact that we've had to play the role of the adult when we were really just a child. 2, you're a people pleaser. People pleasing stems from the belief that being yourself isn't enough to receive love. You have chronic anxiety and or depression. Even in groups of people, you feel lonely and isolated. You have trouble trusting others, and most importantly, you have a lot of trouble trusting yourself. You procrastinate a lot, and this also has to do with procrastinating dealing with your feelings. Feelings of numbness, feeling like you're not allowed to experience bad emotions, or projecting bad emotions onto others.
Okay, story time. So, I golliston into your strays. You know, like, Winvotion Pine part. And this flassing gestantian shousely bug leads Enfrenomi. Like, how a vocalary. So, of course, I molished in Ductorm Krilly and Fear Physical Decal. Ruinalized, I can't codableep posinsma please. So, to Dushaplore the Burbposition and Weeb Vergalane, like for part 2.
Some people believe that crystals have minds of their own, that they decide when to send you messages, when they need a break, and sometimes when to enter your life in the first place. This box contains an opportunity for you to see which crystal is trying to intertwine its path with yours. You just won't know what it is, what it means, or why it chose you until it's in your hands. After you place your order, we'll let a pendulum find the crystal that's calling to you. The variety is constantly changing, but we won't settle without finding a strong match. Then we'll turn it into a necklace, and it'll be on its way to you.
Follow the link in my profile to see what chooses you.
Did she say what you say? That you only meant well when it comes to face. What you say?
Strange things you probably didn't know about. DMT. If you don't know what DMT is, it's a psychedelic drug found in many plants and animals. So get this, it's speculated that this is released in our brain when we're born, when we die, and when we dream. DMT users have reported a wide variety of strangely unimaginable experiences, from communicating with aliens in different realms to distorted worldly things. So I've spoken to a few people that have actually taken this. One of them said that they literally lived 7 years, and then when they woke up, only 6 minutes had passed by. So what if we've already died and we're experiencing DMT right now, we just don't know it?
Back to the Goddess series, let's talk about Bastet. Also called Bast, she's really heavily associated with black cats, but where she's currently understood to be a goddess of protection, children, the arts, cats, perfumes, ointments, she was originally much more of a warrior goddess. You'll find her worshipped primarily in Lower Egypt. But Bastet's original image was actually that of a lioness, and it's often thought that her image was split into Bastet and Sekhmet, and Bastet became a much softer version of her original self, while Sekhmet retained all of the warrior-like aspects. And it's true that ancient Egyptian cats were highly revered, sometimes even being dressed in gold or being allowed to eat off their owners' plates. But this wasn't just because of their association with Bastet. Cats also killed vermin that hurt food supplies and carried contagious disease, and Bastet was sometimes associated with combating contagious disease. And that's part of why these little goblins live absolutely rent-free.
Mirrors are portals. Not only do they reflect an image, but they also reflect the energy that you send into it. Psychics and witches have been using mirrors around their house to deflect hexes and psychic attacks for centuries. It sends the energy back to the source. But what do most people do when they look in a mirror nowadays? Pick ourselves apart and look at everything that we don't like about our physical appearance, which is sending our own negative energy back towards us and manifesting it even more in our lives. With that being said, positive affirmations in the mirror can not only raise your vibration, but you're having double energy sent your way. It could be a powerful manifestation tool. So remember to be mindful of the energy that you're sending towards your mirror.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna seem fucking crazy because I just woke up, but I'm a really big lucid dreamer. I know when I'm dreaming literally almost all the time. And last night, something really weird happened to me. So usually, like, when I'm dreaming or whatever, people don't talk to me unless I talk to them first. And yesterday, somebody came up to me and asked me if I was dreaming. And I was like, well yeah, like, who the fuck are you? Whenever they told me they were dreaming too, but they didn't know how the fuck they got, like, where I was. So we start walking around, and then we find this bench, we sit down, and we just start talking about, like, our childhood and our life. She's around, like, 5'9", 5'11". She's dark complected, and the thing I really remember about her is that she had dark brown eyes with a hint of red. And, like, we really were vibing. So she was like, meet me here again tomorrow. But the thing is, I don't fucking remember her. And I don't remember how the fuck she got there. So how the fuck are we both supposed to meet? And, like, I didn't look like this. Like, I had brown hair. Help.
Be careful on spiritual TikTok, and here's why.
Take creators on TikTok that are teaching about spirituality with a grain of salt. Even I myself included. And this is why. Just because somebody has crystals or has the evil eye in their bio, a tapestry on the wall, doesn't always mean that they can be a reliable source for certain indigenous practices. Rituals, spells, whether it's astral projection, talking to spirits, communicating with spirit guides, etc. Though for me, I'm a professional medium, so I got you. And I'm starting to notice a new trend, and this is what it is. People will take the content of other creators, but you can be like, Poppy, it's TikTok, it's not that big of a deal. But this is why it can be. So some people actually take the time to study, practice, learn about these things by the book, maybe even travel to different countries just to partake in certain practice. But to have that stuff taken, stolen, reworded just to fit somebody's aesthetic for comments, likes, followers, and a viral video is kind of what I'm talking about. So go beyond TikTok to find what spirituality means for you.
Hold on a second. I think you have a mystic cross on your palm. Let me see it. Let me see your palm. I'm a palm reader. It's what I do. Look here. This is what we call our love line, and this is what we call our headline. If you have a cross or multiple crosses in between those major lines here on any one of your palm, this is called a mystic cross, and it means that you have psychic abilities. Your left hand is representative of your spiritual self, your thought process. So this is where your psychic abilities lay. If it's in your right hand, this is your action side. So your psychic abilities, you are able to create, you are able to make things happen for yourself and for others. And if you have a mystic cross or crosses on both palms, you are a powerful force to be reckoned with. Love and light to you.
Sarah was finally home. Caillou was very happy to see her.
Caillou! Ni hao! What?
The funniest thing about shadow work or any type of self-growth is that the moment you resolve one issue, another one pops up. I've been working on deprogramming my subconscious beliefs. Like most people, a lot of those beliefs were things I was taught as a child. When I was a kid and I said I was sick, my parents would let me stay home from school. But the moment I started laughing, smiling, or anything fun, they'd be like, I guess you're not that sick then, you can go to school. That taught me that when I'm sick, I need to be dramatic. And that's not true. If I'm not feeling well, I don't have to get into a victim mentality or do the most to convince other people. I'm just not feeling well. That's it. We know our thoughts have power. So it's way more beneficial for me to keep my vibration high so I can recover faster. Mom, if you're watching, you're still the best mom in the world. This is no shade.
Just a healthy reminder that St. Patrick's Day is the day that St. Patrick ordered tons of druids and pagans to be chased out of Ireland. Many died. Lots of pagans mourn or celebrate the ones they lost.
Let me pull a card for you. Lady of the Stars. Sirius is a celestial goddess, a star of unconditional love and wisdom at an extremely high vibration. She brings deep soul awakening, spiritual gifts, and a high capacity for divine service. She asks you to pay attention now, because something significant is taking place at a spiritual level for you at this time. Have a good week, my loves.
Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot reach.
ADHD medium which tries to meditate. Immediately gets distracted by smoke. Okay, and now we are breathing. Focus on that breath. You're doing good. Good focus on the breath. I'm so sad about the fact that they took Friends off of Netflix. Nitrogen monoxide. Breathe. Ha 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 ha. Why do I hear laughing? Checks Hades candle. Aggressive sassy wiggles of laughter at my inability to focus. Okay, and we're breathing again. In and out. Ancestors appear. Hello, we would like you to focus on connecting with us. Hello, I see and acknowledge your presence, and you're welcome to stay during my meditation. But this is not directed for you. And focus.
You've seen those videos, you know, the ones where it's like conversations with the spirit world or with my guides or whatever, where it lists out the things that were said to the person and it looks like a whole conversation. Well, guess what? That is not how that works. It's very misleading for people that have no idea how mediumship works or receiving messages to think that that's how that works and that's what they're looking for. You see, it actually comes in bits and pieces through different stimulus. So that may be a knowing, a feeling, a quick image, a flash in your mind. You may hear a word, a sound, or maybe a piece of a song, but it's not flat out full conversations going back and forth, because if that is what's happening, most likely that's just the person's mind. These bits and pieces of communication build up to knowing what the communication is, but it isn't like how people make it seem. So if you're looking for that, know that it's not like that.
How to visit somebody in their dreams. So I have a video on this already, but for whatever reason people are asking me how to do it again. So yeah, and nobody can find the video for whatever reason, but I'm gonna do it. First off, I want to say that if you do not believe this, it's not gonna work. If you have any doubts about this, it's not gonna work. Right before you go to bed, you're gonna ask your spirit guides, God, your higher power, whoever you believe in, that you want to enter somebody's dream. Say their name and then your intention for going into that person's dream. If you have any negative intentions, it's probably not gonna work. I want to go into so-and-so's dream because I want them to know that I appreciate them. Put in the window when your eyes are closed, like right before you go to sleep, but you're not actually asleep. And you want to just visualize yourself saying that to that person, and that's literally it. Watch this video for more clarity.
Wait, before you go to sleep, let me tell you about this dope-ass theory about dreams. So I've been reading this book, The Tibetan Yogas of Dream and Sleep. There is some wild shit in here. But you guys know how like our version of an awakening here in the Western world is like, oh, aligning my energy points and good vibes and incense and crystals, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love that. But according to this book, that is not what an awakening is. So this book stresses the importance of lucid dreams. Did you know that we spend 1/3 of our life dreaming? Yet we don't think anything of it. They're just dreams. But no, you spend 1/3 of your life in this dream world. Tibetan practices stresses the importance of lucid dreaming because listen to this. If you lose yourself every night, what chance do you have at being aware when death comes? They believe that the dream world and the physical world are actually a lot more closely connected than you think. So being able to be completely aware both when you're awake and when you're dreaming is their true version of an awakening. Because basically you never sleep. Through practices like lucid dreaming that increase your awareness, in return you'll be able to be more aware or lucid whenever you die. That's interesting, right? I'm not the only one who thought.
Wait, hold up. You got a square on your palm. Seriously, let me see it. I'm a palm reader. You see this? That's a square. That's also a square. If you have a square on either one of your palms in any respect, you should be thanking your ancestors, because those powerful spells of protection that they placed in your bloodline generations ago, you're still carrying it.
I just had W the spirit. Ben. Wait, what? Is that your name? Ben. Okay, cool. Is it okay I write your name on and decorate your candle? Short for Benjamin. Do you prefer Ben or Benjamin? Either. Would it be okay I called you Benji? Benji, 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 Benji.
Even white boys got the shout. Baby got.
When someone says that you're too emotional, you're too sensitive, you're too much, that is a clear sign that they lack emotional intelligence, and that's on them.
I have no idea if this is allowed or gonna do anything or just a waste of my time, but I'm just gonna do it because I made it up, okay? So here's a steel ash fucking clear quartz I haven't done anything with in months, and this is what I invented. Ah! Stupid bitch! And now it's in there. And then you just put it in the moon or fucking something.